And welcome back to Knights Field on the Rockville campus of Montgomery College. Michael Brown alongside Sean Kobrin. We're ready to start the sixth inning. And Sean, it's been an interesting game to this point, very tight.
Yeah, and if you revisit kind of our keys to the game that we talked about at the beginning, starting pitching, kind of a wash. Both pitchers playing very well today, getting their pitches over for the most part. But the situational hitting is the difference right now. Rockville Knights doing that a little bit better than Germantown is, getting guys in scoring position and getting them in, getting more chances to get them in as well. So that's why they have a 4-3 edge at this point.
Well, that 3-run bottom of the fifth inning is what put them on top. And they're leading at 4-3. Carley's still out on the mound. And Germantown sending up Martinez. And actually we see Kevin Story now has moved into the DH position in place of Tom Bergwall.
So Bergwall going to the bench as the DH. Story in his spot at first. And we'll see what happens with Eric Behringer.
And Bergwall had a single, so he was 1 for 2 during his effort today as the DH.
So rather Kevin Story playing first will take the DH spot. Behringer, I would suppose, unless he's pinch hit for, would now be the DH. Except we see Jose Sanchez in the hole, so maybe he's hitting for himself.
Anyway, we know one thing for sure, and that's that Daniel Martinez is still at shortstop, and he's leading off the inning. This has got to be one of Pat Carley's finest efforts of the year for Rockville.
Absolutely. Coach Schaefer talked about how whenever he's coached a team, they always bring everything together the last 2-3 weeks of the season, and it looks like Pat Carley is emblematic of that. Struggled a lot this year, but Schaefer believed in him, gave him the innings. He got the experience. And now the sophomore pitcher is pitching one of his best outings in one of the biggest games of the year.
Daniel Martinez is 0 for 2 on the day, but made a couple of really nice plays in the field, particularly in the last half of the last inning where he saved that run.
Sure, and we debated whether the runner was safe or out, but you can't debate the effort that it took on that play. He dove for the ball, which, you know, the first call that may have been missed is he might have caught that in the air. And then he threw the ball close enough to the runner that he was called out and may very well have been out. Like you say, the umpire is a lot closer to the action than we are.
And, of course, at this level of play, at junior college level, you have just 2 umpires.
Sure.
And that's pretty stressful for just 2 guys out there. He grounds it to Arrett at short. Easy pickup, long throw, and he got him.
And just to close out that thought, you know, we've been pretty frank with how we thought about if calls were made or missed this game. But with 2 guys calling the game, I think they're doing a heck of a job so far this game, being consistent and being fair to both sides. And that's all you can ask from 2 umpires covering a whole field. No,
I'd say consistency has definitely been what they've been up to today. And they're doing a great job. It's a tough job being an umpire. I don't care whether there's 1, 2, 3, or 4 of you out there. It's a tough job. And in a game like this, with emotions running high, the intensity of it, it is a lot of they're under the microscope out there. So here's Story with his first at bat of the day, and
he was 0 for 4 with the runs scored against Rockville the first time they played. He was playing position that day.
Played the outfield that day. Fouls it off. Stays alive at 0-2.
Yeah,
Pat Carley seems to be really getting into a groove, Sean.
Yeah, he's, you know, demanding the ball back after that foul. He's just ready for the next pitch, and fielders love that too. He's working quickly and working efficiently and letting his fielders take care of business behind him.
And he gets Story.
Handled his own business that time.
So that's 2 up, 2 down for Germantown.
Well, the umpire is saying he made a little bit of contact there.
Okay.
And we'll see this here.
It's tough to see there, but he did signal foul ball. He did spread his arms, which is his signal for foul ball. So Story gets another life, and he fouls another one into the dirt. We had him on the bench, and he's still up there.
Kevin Story, another interesting stance. We've seen a lot of guys with somewhat unusual stances in this game. Holding the bat kind of right on top of the plate right there until it's time to coil back.
And he bounces it back to Carly, and Carly will take care of business this way. Whips it over to first for the out. That's 2 up and 2 down in the inning for Germantown. That brings up Jose Sanchez. Little guy, as you can see, he's not big, but according to both John Silk and Dan Rasher, he's got a lot of pop for a little guy. He's 5'9", 165. He's a freshman out of Stafford, Virginia. And the only freshman, or the only Virginia player rather, on the Germantown team.
He's a guy who just knows how to get on base. He's played almost every game for Germantown and has only failed to reach base in 4 games so far.
And he pops it up out into short left field. In comes Morley, gathers it in, and that's a 3 up, 3 down inning for Pat Carley. And you can see the Rockville team coming off the bench to congratulate him. So after 5.5 innings of play, our score remains Rockville 4 and Germantown 3. We'll be right back with the top part of the Rockville order.